Do you like having Chinese?
I do. I really like having tofu, paneer chili. Because I feel like somewhere you have to add some spice into your life. I just like sushi but vegetarian. That would be a perfect date for me. I always thought that I want to be a complete artist, and for that I think one needs to put their shoes also in acting. And I'm really very excited to step into it because I do music videos and I really like to see different personalities on screen. It's Rashmi Gurbar. Diljit doing so much and he's had so much success with it that I feel that is a possibility that maybe I could be there one day. You know what? I'm really inspired by what Rashmika did for herself.
Any particular actor you would like to work with?
Particular actor that I would like to work with? I think Vicky Kaushal comes to mind because I think I'm just a huge fan.
Hi, this is Samina Sheikh here on Zoom channel with my special show Street Diaries powered by Chinese Walk, and with me today I have the scintillating diva Dhvani Bhanushali who is joining me for a midnight meal.
I was just woken up by the kind of intro you had.
Join me as I welcome her only on Zoom. Lovely to have her on board.
Thank you.
And I'm sure this is the kind of energy she's going to have.
Yes.
And she's going to perform at an instant.
100%. I think I want to carry this vibe with me. And we'll have, it's going to be, yay, after I sleep.
But I'm quite keen to know from you, Dhvani, NH7. A major event which takes place every year.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. The music, what you're going to play, and there's going to be a huge audience who is going to witness this. How excited are you for this one? And it's again stage friend, I'm sure you might be happy.
I'm actually very excited. It's my first sort of NH7, and I'm. Even though we have audiences in our shows, but I feel like when there's a 30 artist lineup and it's such a celebrated festival, or maybe over the years, one does get a little bit nervous. But I'm playing my originals and I'm very excited actually to. It's a 45-minute set and it's a hype set, so it's a party set.
Wow,
yeah.
Well, that's interesting, I must say that. And as we talk about party, it's Friday night right now.
Yeah.
Dhvani is not out for party. But if Dhvani prefers going to party, which are these locations which she prefers exploring?
Maybe Bastion. And I'm literally not a party animal anymore. I used to be one at 19, but I'm slightly older now. So I don't party much. I'd rather go for a dinner. So maybe I'd go to Wasabi for some sushi.
That's interesting. But I have to ask you, what has changed Dhvani Bhanushali as a person over the years? What has evolved in her?
Evolved, I think I've become more mature. I've become more I value things like spending time with my family a lot. I mean, I have a lot of fun with them, and just little moments make me happy. Yeah, I think I've just reached that stage where I'm constantly working, and then when I'm at home, I just want to be home and be with my dog and be with my mom and my dad. So it's that.
As we talk about your dad has been a part of this industry, for a very long time.
Yeah.
And when you chose to bring your career in this side of the world, how nervous were you? Because it's not compulsory when someone who's a part of the industry, eventually it's the same for the kids basically.
My dad's been on the business side of things. I just feel he worked. We had nothing, so he really built our family, and 27 years of just real hard work, and I feel like he wasn't an artist. I'm literally the only artist in my whole family, and they really supported my dream as parents and really stood by me, which I think every parent would for their child. And ऐसा कुछ नहीं है bro. I'm a very confident person. I never think that I'll be very nervous तो मैं ये नहीं करूँगी. That never comes in my head.
Wow, that's interesting. And Dhvani, as we talk about the energy, your energy is vivacious, I must say. Every time.
Right now it's not. I'm really tired. It's been such a long journey, but I'm going to be my best in this interview.
But you have been vivacious, otherwise also you have to talk about the kind of craft you have delivered, over the years, and the kind of work you have done. Especially one song which literally went viral was Vaaste.
Yeah.
Do you feel that it's that song has been the song for you which completely changed the gears for you?
It changed the gears, and how? I feel like it's magnanimous. I mean, the way it just entered people's lives, and I mean, every time I go perform somewhere, people sing the whole song with me, and that rarely does happen for artists, and I'm just very lucky, I think, and that happened to me at a very young age, actually.
Yeah, and from there it's never looking back.
Yeah,
It's
no,
always
yeah.
going
Yeah.
aage. Now, as we go proceed,
Yeah.
in terms of your career, which is like one moment where you felt like just cherishing it forever, and you just wanted like kind of just cover that memory in something and just like keep on replaying it.
I just feel when it clicked a billion on YouTube, when Vaaste was a billion on YouTube, my dad woke me up. It was 6:21 a.m. and I was born at the time. So I'm gauging like it was 6:21 because when he woke me up, it was about 6:30, and then we shot that video, and I genuinely had like happy tears, and it's just a memory that's etched in my head, and it's something that I'll never forget.
That's really
That was magical, I feel.
And we also hear that about your Bollywood debut. You're working in that one. Tell us about that. That's got a lot of people excited.
Yeah, I always thought that I want to be a complete artist, and for that I think one needs to put their shoes also in acting, and I'm really I was very excited to step into it because I do music videos and I really like to see different personalities on screen. I really like to play, and I think it just gave me an opportunity to sort of explore that side, and also there was Lakshman sir really at the helm of it, and I was really happy that he thought that I could play that character, and it's my first step in the craft. And there's a lot more to learn, a lot more to do.
And I'm sure about it, because we are seeing that kind of, work of yours. But at the same time, Dhvani, as we talk about your work, there is one more, moment which we cherish is not only the Bollywood debut, but choosing from singing to acting. It's like a complete transfer because, in acting, it's more of your expressions. So singing, you're, basically letting your emotions out.
Yeah.
Both happen for you.
I think it's a complete art form. I feel when you're singing, you also have to know how to physically express yourself, and it's all in one conglomerate. I don't feel like it's anything different. Music leads to acting, acting leads to music. It's all because our films have so much music, and I feel like actors in general also take musical training because there's a way of expression that one needs to also learn, and that way I'm lucky because I've been doing it for been doing it for a while. So just delving into it, it's a different art form, but I feel like it's all in the same circle. So it was, yeah, it has been interesting, and the idea was always to be a pop artist. So it's something that I feel like we see Diljit doing so much, and he's had so much success with it that I feel that it's a possibility that maybe I could be there one day.
Well, that's definitely going to be a very big achievement.
Yeah.
But as we talk about his songs also, he's been doing, in different, concerts like that.
Yeah.
Dhvani also prefers having her own concerts at different places and, make it big internationally as well.
Of course, I feel
You have been a part of, concerts, but like completely, like just...
Yeah, it's just me. Regardless, I feel like when we do our show, it's not anybody else. I do my own show, I do my own music, and my releases have been really well received by the audiences, and it's just I can put up a 90-minute on stage, which is something that I'm doing, and more to come. There'll be a lot of years that Diljit has been doing it for, and today he's where he is, and I feel like all artists sort of have a dream, and this is mine.
And as how we started off, I said this one thing, which was stage fret. Do you have that, when you are, just going to face the stage, or like you get a bit anxious or nervous, when you're on the stage while trying to perform and, keep up the audience, because it's also a kind of a task, I've seen it from the audience per se as such, like watching an AP Dillon or say a Diljit for that matter. And the energy levels are something different which you need to keep up, How do you do that?
There's a lot of rehearsal that one needs to do because being on stage is not easy. It's not easy to entertain people for 90 minutes and more. But I feel like when the whole act is being set, how much you're involved in it, how much practice you're into, because I feel when we put up an act, I mean our whole crew, I'm constantly there, I'm constantly rehearsing, and only then you can reach that place where you can entertain the audiences, because you need to know what you're going to do. I mean, you just can't stand there and people, वो attention span वैसे ही कम हो गया है, और अब तो आप खड़े रह के गाना गाओगे तो नहीं उतना impact पड़ता. So I feel like it's a whole production value. It's what you're bringing for the audience. It has to be an experience.
And as we talk about the attention span, मेरा attention काफी कम हो गया है while doing this interview because अभी
भूख लगी है ना.
भूख लग गई है मुझे भी, और मुझे खाना दिख रहा है मेरे आंखों के सामने, और मैं चाहती कि वो इधर आ ही जाए.
No one.
Now, since the food has come, I have to ask you, do you like having Chinese?
I do. I really like having tofu and paneer chili at night for like dinner. Because I feel like somewhere you have to add some spice into your life.
And I have to ask this because that's my curiosity which keeps on happening. Like, because I see the singers having such beautiful voices, which touch what they're blessed with, but they also work, they do a lot of riyaz on that. Which kind of foods you prefer having for the voice, and which kind of foods you have been asked to avoid?
Asked to avoid, there's a question. I feel like you have, of course, cold, like water I don't drink at all, because I fall sick very easily if I am not sort of in the routine. But otherwise, I've just discovered that aloo, when I have aloo, I can't perform. I mean, it always like sort of has a, so it has a very acidic sort of effect on me these days, so I'm trying to avoid it and see if it's that or if it's something else.
Okay. And which kind of food do you prefer, otherwise when you're practicing, when you're doing your practices for your songs and all, which is that one thing which you really want to have or you prefer, maybe probably it could be a strong chai or kada which you really need when you're doing your riyaz?
I think just warm water and coffee. I know it dries your throat, but dude, it works for me.
Yeah. And उसी बात पे एक कुछ try करोगे आप?
I think the momo is really nice. This raspberry burger.
It's pretty healthy. It's like momos and meat. I really find that. Do you prefer binge eating in the night? You have such cravings. There are some days when you really prefer having a midnight snack as such.
Yeah. When I'm just really tired and done with life, and I'm just forget it.
Yeah.
Then I'll call for what is it called? Soya cha from this Goila butter chicken place. But I'm a vegetarian, but they have really good soya chap. I think they discontinued it or something because I couldn't find it last week. But a month ago, my sister and I had a full. She ordered one for herself and I ordered one for myself. So yes, that one.
That's interesting. And Dhvani, you recently revealed a very interesting thing about yourself, which a lot of people are getting into: overthinking. Dhvani is an overthinker.
I am for real, yes.
Yeah. What is that? What runs in your head most of the times? What do you end up thinking?
Random stuff.
Yeah.
And I just pick something and constantly think about it and think about it and I'm just why am I thinking about it? It's so exhausting. But it's just that I think everyone does it now.
But do you overanalyze any kind of situation?
I am an overanalyzer. I mean, I will think why you said this to me. If I've had a weird conversation with someone, I'll pick things from that and constantly keep thinking about it. And if I've said something, if I've tried to if something's not happening, I'll try to reason out कि क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, this what and why and how का बहुत चक्कर चलता है मेरे दिमाग में.
Do you get into trivial fights with your people? Probably could be friends, could be people.
No. I don't get into fights. No. I don't get into fights. I'll just sort of sit with myself and then be I'll write it down and be no, relax. So
that's your mantra, right?
Yeah.
And is it working for you completely?
Yeah, I'm anyway I'm not a person who's sort of very confrontational. only with a few people, which is my parents. And they know me, na. That's why they know that okay, कुछ बोल देगी तो उसका वो मतलब वैसा नहीं है. So it's with my parents and I think 1-2 of my friends max. Otherwise, I'm not that. I'll just leave it and like move on.
I think so. We all have to move on. And we move on to something else, which has also played a pivotal role, which is the social media. The fan following is tremendous.
It is.
People follow you like how? You're more than like you're coming close to like almost like 1 billion over there on Instagram as well. You know how it has.
Not really. On Instagram, I'm like 8 million. No, I'm 7.5.
Massive, if you mean this.
It is.
What kind of interactions do you prefer having with your fans?
Just basic life, like I feel like I don't post a lot these days, but I feel like whenever I do, I tell them what I'm doing in a day, or like that if I'm releasing a song, I'll tell them about it. I used to post a lot of selfies before I stopped doing that, because I just feel that my feed had started to look very like my face. My face is everywhere. It's like plastered. But I think these days I'm into just telling them what I'm doing, about like what I'm eating and where I'm going. Like I'm going for NH7, so the last reel was about that. And my rehearsals, and like I just want them to be a part of my life, like a family.
We all prefer like that, you know. But fans also sometimes cross their limits on social media. Sometimes they try to get personal. Have you ever experienced as such, you know, where the friend, you know, one of your fans or friends actually have tried like writing some letters with, you know, blood, or you know, have stalked you as such on social media or otherwise?
No, not social media, but like I've had a stalker in person. But I just feel those people they're not fans. They're just like it's different story. But not on social media. Social media has been very. I don't check my DMs that very often. But we do have a. There's one sweet thing that I've done. We have a group of. All the fan clubs that I have, and I make sure like once in a while I'm sending in a message or like keeping in touch with them, because they post so much about me all the time, so I make sure I am in touch.
Trying to be active over there, and just be in touch with them.
Yeah.
But also on social media, trolling also takes place. You know, we do see that, you know, often. Sometimes you get dragged also, you know, for some of the trollings, you know, and sometimes it's like you're completely off it, you know. Very rarely does that happen, but it does happen. How do you try to like kind of navigate, you know, when such negativity takes place on social media?
What are you going to do? How much are you going to correct? I just feel eventually it's going to correct itself, and I do believe that one needs to have a control over the narrative, but I feel like in this world it can't happen. So I just let it go, because I've done my piece. It's fine. We're all human beings, so we make mistakes.
And coming from such serious conversations to something else, a light-hearted, what is Dhvani's perfect date like? If she has to go on a date, what exactly needs to be there in terms of food, what she loves to explore?
I just like sushi, but vegetarian. Yeah. I mean, that would be a perfect date for me.
Have you turned off on any dates as such, you know, because the person has been not a sushi lover or the kind of food you eat?
No. Food is not a turn off. Not at all, actually. I mean, people are like, they can have their own choices. There's no scene. But I think conversations can put one person, like someone off, like me off.
Yeah.
I mean.
And what kind of conversations you really don't like prefer having, and it just like ticks you off? Like the moment you sit down and then after 5 minutes of having that conversation, you feel like, come on, let's just.
No, I don't. I can't describe it. Like I just feel it's very.
It's onto your mood completely, or probably.
I'm not moody, but it's just that my friend's sitting right here and she's like, oh no. But no, I'm not moody like that. It's just that, you know that ick, like when people say something and you're like, no. So it's about that. But I feel like it happens to everyone, yeah. Even the boy could be like, okay, I don't like her. So I mean, that's totally open.
It's very clear, like
yeah,
it sticks you off, and
yeah,
you want to continue to be a part of.
Part of that whole setup, yeah.
And moving on to, again coming to your debut, the actor you're working with, how it has been for you.
It's been good. It's been really good. I learned a lot on set, and I got a lot of love from people for the character that I played. And I'm back to doing my music, which I anyway was. Want to have parallel careers, and basically just want to accumulate all of it and be a complete artist.
Which city you have had explored, and where you just loved having the food which was served to you? In India.
In India?
Yeah.
Food that was served to me. Oh my God, why can I not think? So my nani lives in Chinwada. So growing up now, I used to go there for like 2 to 2 months. So we used to have this kachori. It was really insane. I can never forget the taste of it. And unke ghar pe na they had kept a cook who would make like this insane dal, and like, so I can't, and I'm a very like a simple food eater. So for me, dal chawal really works. Yeah.
Like when there's a dry day, we really want to have dal chawal, or otherwise also.
Yeah.
But have you tried your hands on cooking food?
No, I tried, but like no.
Any memory you have, like as you've tried and like
it was really bad. So I tried to make brownies, and they became cookies because I kept them in like the oven for way too long, and the bartan बेचारा जल गया, तो काफी उसके बाद जाने नहीं दिया मुझे अंदर.
And on the set जब आप जाते हो, तभी कुछ ऐसा ऐसा कुछ there has been some particular dishes or some food which you really prefer having whenever you're like shooting on the locations and all of that.
Prefer
food. It could be like any drink also, of all you know.
I'm a very like I can't eat a lot of stuff because I gain weight very fast. So for me, it's like a proper thing. Like I have warm water in the morning with like turmeric and stuff. Then I'll have like eggs, but only white because I can't do yellow. And with that, I'll probably have like a sweet potato. Then I'll have like lunch with like rice, dal. That's it. And then at night I'll have like tofu in like Chinese sauce, or like paneer, or like sprout salad. Yeah. Because I feel like I've had a lot of food growing up and I constantly kept gaining weight. So I feel like this is the right way of life.
We all get conscious.
Yeah.
And I think that weight gain is one thing which even makes me conscious. Like I get body conscious, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I want to cover, or like I don't feel like that. Has it been so for you too?
Yeah, it has been. I've been very conscious about my weight now because I want to look good, who doesn't want to? And I want to really like wear the best of clothes, and it's for me more than anything else. It's for me to like shine.
And you are shining, I must say that. And before I let you go, I have to ask you that as we talk about food, internationally, any of these locations which you prefer going to, like any of the locations, just for the food, for the love of food, you prefer like going over there back to back?
Back to back.
Would be, or like taking a break, say maybe London or Dubai?
I want to go to Italy and have pizza and what is it? Limoncello.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that lemon.
Yeah, limoncello. I went there and like I was supposed to go to Amalfi. I was in Amalfi. What am I saying? I went to Amalfi, and they have like crazy lemons. So the lemon juice, and he had actually. What did he give me? They made this crazy pasta there, which was like, I'll never forget the taste. That was really good. So maybe Italy.
And what's next for Dhvani?
What's shows and music and life and
movies.
And movies and
more so movies. Any particular actor you would like to work?
Particular actor that I would like to work. I think Vicky Kaushal comes to mind because like I think Sam, just huge fan.
Any actress like where you feel like okay, that is the kind of acting career you would also like to build. It could be from the 90s, I'm sure, like some of these actresses which you really looked up to.
Let me think about it. You know what? I'm really inspired by what Rashmika did for herself. So I really think that the way she worked, and she's also pretty young. So I feel like that kind of trajectory.
In the recent times, any of the movies which you really watched and you really felt like that is a kind of cinema which should be served in India?
I don't know if that's the kind of cinema that should be served in India, but I really like this film. It's a Malayalam film, The Great Indian Kitchen. It's so simple and the storytelling is so insane. It's about a girl and how she gets married in this household, and she's constantly in the kitchen. But not for 1 second, and you'll relate to her so much. Like, I just feel, when you fall into a wrong relationship and stuff happens to you, you just look at her and genuinely feel bad for her. It's such a simple film, but like it has such a huge impact.
It was lovely having you, Dhvani,
Thank
for
you.
this interesting chat session, and on Street Diaries, trying to have this street food, which we'll have this after this,
Lots of Chinese.
Chinese after this. But thank you so much for your lovely time.